Hello everybody and welcome to this amazing game of Guan Yu versus Neith. I don't think I've done a Guan Yu game yet. So yeah, we're gonna do Guan Yu now. So I guess it's important to reveal the news that I will no longer be taking challenges. And if I didn't get to your challenge, I do apologize. But I've realized that being in Platinum 1, I'm starting to fight people who are at least competent and won't lose to a build that is absolutely terrible. And as a prime example, I was told to go Hu Yi in a previous game, and well, I did. I tried it. And against another ADC who was slightly competent, it was impossible to compete. And these requests are getting to the point where they are literally builds that are designed to be impossible by default. So I won't be taking them because I can't complete them. Or I could just do a series of pure losing. That can happen. But I don't feel that is, quite honestly, any fun if I just give all these games up. So, with that being said, oh crap. I will now go ahead and start doing a new series that I wanted to do for quite some time. And the series will be revealed shortly. It'll be just as good as the last one, but a little more practical. And still, it'll take requests, but not requests of, hey, play this build that will never work, and make it work. As much as I've had fun doing it, it's not always going to be possible. Alright. She's clearing them. Aw, she cleared them all. What a jerk. And she's backing already? Well, I might as well just push lane. So I think Guan's a good character to go with for not having a request, just because Guan is relatively difficult to play. Especially against a hunter. But you know, those are things that can happen. Having to fight a hunter. Oh, she's coming. Alright, I hope she backflips. Oh! Oh! That's what she gets for coming to try to take me. I was prepared for that shit. Holy crap. Well, let's see if I can... I'm gonna need mana to finish taking this buff. I don't even know if I have the power to take it, but I'm gonna try. Alright, get the hell out of here before she checks it out, and we're gonna go get Mystical. Oh my god, I can't afford Mystical. God, it's so expensive! But hey, that's good. At least I got that. She's got Heartseeker. By the time I actually get to lane for how slow I am, I think I'll finally be able to do something. I think I'm going to go a power build mixed with a high amount of defense. Because going a lot of defense against a hunter is something easily achievable. Need her turn that corner late. I think she doesn't want to check it again, which I wouldn't honestly blame her. She did die, which I'm shocked that dash didn't kill. I mean, I know I didn't upgrade it, but damn, I thought I'd at least do something. You make me sad, dash. You make me sad. Oh, she's backing again. Alright, so that's taken care of. I don't want to worry too much about the heal. I mean, I could worry a lot about it. She's not back in the lane. Did she go just take the blue or something? No. She's back. Oh, the frame rates. How I love it when they drop to levels of... Oh, she's already got lifesteal. Oh my. Well then. Just make sure we watch that.
One step at a time. Surprise!
She almost got me. Good, she did stop me from taking red. But, I killed her. I killed her dead. Which kind of sucks. I actually wanted to refresh on red, but, you know, you take what you can get. So I'm going to go double protections right off the bat. That'll keep me alive early game. Go for power to keep up in damage. So boots right after. Mostly she's going to be taking a lot of damage from Mystical and Nemean. That's what I'm hoping. That's the theory. And then we get Shield of the Underworld.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so she pushed. Is she going to take my purple? Because I don't see why not. Definitely probably going to want Transcendence. Ah, she cleared the whole wave. She already took it, so I'm actually just going to get the timer for it and then back. Doesn't help I don't deal any damage. Stupid minion? Like, seriously? You're not gonna hit me unless you can shoot around the corner there. Oh, she can shoot around the corner. Okay, so she's doing a good amount of damage. I still don't have Nemean, so she's actually lifestealing off me. Yeah, that was a good surprise. She got me. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Then I hope she stays around. I don't have a whole lot of mana, but I can definitely fight her. Alright, we're gonna go get Nemeans, a piece of boots, because there's no way in hell I can afford both.
Protection is always of use.
She's just going right into Executioner. I just need to keep dealing as much damage as I can with the base damage that Guan has. Get a red buff, and that'll keep me in the game. Now, I don't think there's any way she's going for red. Didn't think so. I think she knows I'm going for it. Alright. Took that out. Oh, yeah. She knew I took it. She heard it. Alright, so that helped out a tremendous amount. Alright, so after that we're going to get the power boots, and then I need Jotuns maybe? That'll give me a little more pen. Or I could just get the Transcendence next, because I'm going to need power. I need to increase what little power I have. Plenty of defense, even for an Executioner. I can get her. She went for left, red. Which I think if I catch her here, I got her. Oh, the slow. Ah, no way. Oh no, you hurt me. Wanna come at me? I don't think you do.
Well placed.
Oh, but the minions were all well placed for her. Damn it. Strikes were well placed. The hell, Guan?
I will not let you fall.
Oh, come on. Even with that a little power, you should still be able to handle this. Or not. She's gonna go straight for the tower. Grab that.
The tool of our
Man, Heartseeker would be cheaper to go with. Heartseeker would be a lot cheaper to go with. But I think that in the end, Transcendence does more damage. Doesn't give movement speed though, but it gives a hell of a lot of mana. I don't know if she's gonna go any defense, so Titan's Bane will help me against objectives less than it will. Ow.
Checking your vitals.
Come on, chase me. Go ahead. I'm right here. Ah, the healing is so minimal. I don't know what the cooldown or jump is, but it's gotta be relatively high. Alright, so we're gonna keep that up. And we're gonna push, because I need to deal whatever damage I can to this thing. Alright, screw it. There's no way I can. Just gotta back. Get my trans.
The tool of a warrior.
I usually go like a couple of stackable items with a Titan's Bane, so maybe Heartseeker afterwards for more power. Phew. Don't know what else I could get. I could go Jotun so I have more cooldown, but I don't honestly think cooldown's gonna be what wins it for me. At least I deal a sufficient amount of damage. And she's not going to contest the red, which is actually a very vital and important buff for me, because that's how I'm sticking around. Hey buddy, I want all stacks, please. And thank you for everything.
Wait,
I still need stacks. There we go. I think I'm getting a good amount. She already took her purple, so she's going to check that red that I already took.
okay.
That was good. That was great. Freaking Guan, man. I think I'm gonna get Shield of the Underworld next, because I'm gonna need to be able to block the damage and reflect it in a real fight, because once she gets to the crits, I'm gonna be screwed. Because crits go pretty much through your protections. Pretty hardcore. Just because they deal double damage. So think of it like this: if 100 protections reduce 50% of 100% damage, if you double that, they're dealing regular damage to you at all times. Then stack on the pen, and you are just taking way too much damage, way too fast. And if she gets no protection, she'll continue to be an easy target for me. Though she got sprints and beads, and I got Shield of the Underworld, so we'll see how that goes. Heal up, heal the minions. Run in, hit it once or twice. Run out. Because I can. Because hunters are easy, aren't they? I admit, hunters are probably the easiest class to play. As long as you can land basics. But once you got attack speed, you could miss half your things and still get a good return of all sorts of damage. I don't think I could heal this damage. I'm in a bad spot. She heals from full to none. I hope she comes at me like she can.
This is where trade lay.
Ooh. Alright, well, couldn't do much,
Sometimes necessary.
but I'm getting that Titan's Bane next. I would like Frostbound so I can keep up with her, but Titan's Bane's gonna be a thing. That way I can get objectives, then I want Sprint. Now I like that with my dash ability. I'm actually immune during the dash, so I can't get rooted mid-dash. So it breaks the damage, not damage, but the root completely. The only thing I gotta worry about is if, oh crap, I gotta make sure the right red. If I dash and then she roots me after the fact, then I'm pretty boned. But she returned to lane to make a push. Kind of a cool thing for her to do is... I actually just want some stacks, thank you, don't mind me. I think that was a bad mistake of yours.
Unstoppable.
That was a bit deep of a dive of her to come chase. Oh, there's the surrender. She built no protections and she got Shinsai's to defeat the tankiness, but Shinsai's fallen off so bad. Crits would have won her the game, and crits will win every hunter the game. Thank you everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, good game. Hello everybody and welcome to the amazing end screen. Ooh, Hindu Pantheon thing. End screen. I haven't named it yet. It's a screen where I win or lose. But here I'm gonna explain. Well, she raged pretty hard because she didn't even say good game. Good job. So like I said before, I'm no longer doing these crazy requests, and the reason I was fine with them before was because my queue times were about 3 minutes. My queue times have hit 15 to 20 minutes each, and I can't do it anymore. Because I would like this account to stay in a higher rank, and when I'm playing the impossible builds, it's a good chance of loss. I've lost quite a bit on the stream, and I've lost a couple games here and there for recording. But what really caused me to change this was I realized, these were meant to be challenges, not impossible game. So as a lot of people made requests that weren't exactly possible, the real ones became more scarce, and I had less and less to really work on, and a lot of them were attack speed mage. And attack speed mage, again, against another mage, doesn't work on every god. So, in the end, I'm going to have a new series of theory crafting. I think that's what it's called. I'm going to say it's theory crafting, but if it's not, someone please in the comments let me know. But where I'm going to take a legit kind of theoretical build and give it a couple of tries to see if, in theory, this style of building works for a specific style of god, instead of just play this god with this build. Additionally, for anybody who just wants to see a god played that's kind of out of the meta, this is the perfect time to also get your requests in. But remember, I will be playing with my builds from this point on for just regular requests. So I already have something planned for the theory crafting to come. But just please keep in mind that the impossible builds will not. I just don't want to do them anymore. As much fun as they can be very frustrating after a long day of work and trying so hard to do good, but required to fail because the build is literally killing me. Otherwise, here, let's get into the game's builds here and see what happened. So if you guys notice, I got 2 defensive items right off the bat as a warrior, and I'll tell you guys why. I've realized that against a lot of basic hunters who do the Heartseeker Aussie start with boots, it's so good because it's high power and pen. But when you counter high power and pen with high defense that reflects damage and gives you kind of aura damage, it's very effective against a hunter. They can't really hurt you, and they can't really benefit because they already tried to get some cheap early pen, but it works really good against squishy characters who don't build early defense, which I did build early defense, so it gave me the advantage. Now, I was relying heavily on skill damage to kill her early, and I was actually able to tower dive pretty early as well. Even with her Aussie lifesteal, it just wasn't enough against Mystical and Nemean. And you guys know I always go hastened, but in a realistic warrior build with high defense, I don't have crits, so going hasten's a little goofy. And being that I was relying on skill damage, going Transcendence with Heartseeker gave me the power, and this was for the Phoenix when I was going to take it. Her overall build is standard, except she rushed as much attack speed as she could with as much pen as she could because I rushed defense. In reality, she needed more sustainability and defense in order to survive. Had she gotten something like Mystical or Height of the Nemean, she would have stood a better chance, but she worried too much about her damage and not her survival. And that's where Joust differs from Conquest. You cannot be a glass cannon anymore here, and this is a glass cannon build. Chin size back in season 1 were very viable on any freaking physical gods. You could build them and everybody did amazing with them, but to nowadays it's not that grand, especially if I have a lot of armor. Though yes, it deals more damage based on how much health you have. You gotta remember that 4% is always 4%. It will never deal more than 4% of my life per attack as bonus damage, which that 4%, I should remind you, is mitigated by physical protections, meaning the more defense I have, the less that 4% actually does, because the 4% isn't true damage. So that much you need to consider when buying chin size. Sprint, it didn't save her anytime she used it. I didn't see it save her, unless you guys saw and I didn't. Beads, I only have 1 stun. To get beads against me, she could have probably got Aegis that would lessen the damage overall, because my stun is very predictable, since, you know, it's the last attack on my horse. I mean, I could cancel when I want, but seriously, just Aegis will save you from all that damage. It would have saved her heavily for tower dives. Even though Aegis is also a longer cooldown, again, I say, beads didn't help her at all. So Shield the Underworld, obvious counter to any physical god, even those. It's meant for those who crit, but any physical god can crit. But it does good. It does amazingly well. It requires the opponent to back off unless they know they won't kill themselves. With this build, she wouldn't have killed herself very often, being that a lot of this damage is pretty minimal compared to crits, which she got none, and crits are very important, and I think that last item might have been crits. Sprint to keep up with her sprint. Haste, you know, the effect of Heartseeker and Boots, keep up with her Heartseeker and Boots. Overall, this was an early game that I took, and she didn't have to surrender. She could have turned it with crits. She just held on there a little longer, even though 7-0 can be a little demoralizing against you. You can turn the game at the last second. It's just really hard. 3 level difference isn't too hard to cap out. Just know that Guan is not a great Titan taker. He can't. It's really rough. But thank you everybody for watching. Again, new series. No more challenges, please. I don't think I can handle any more craziness. Maybe on my stream I'll take some crazy ones if I feel like, you know, the theory crafting is doing good, because I would rather be able to have a chance of winning than just giving up a game, or, you know, doing good with a build at least. I mean, it can just sometimes be so infuriating to see someone crush me when I know That this build is the reason, and it's just so demoralizing to me. It kills me on the inside. I'm sorry for bitching. I'm sorry for giving up on the challenges. I'm not giving up on anything else, really. I mean, if you guys want to suggest what I should do, I'll take your suggestions. Just the whole challenge series is finally to an end, and we're going to start a new theory crafting so we can actually learn what items build what. That's probably the biggest thing. Is I feel that the challenges didn't teach anybody anything other than either A, my opponent would come out thinking their build was really good, which in this case, had I done the challenge I was requested, I would have lost, even though that build isn't the best. That Neith still could have taken me. I think that we'll actually learn about some additional meta, and I'm not all for the meta, but that's how I got my build, is I in theory crafted something I thought was going to be a good idea, and it turned out to be a really good idea, and I did that with 2 builds, which are my staple Fire Marshal and TydeTyme build, both for hunters. So let's get in there, guys. Let's see if we can theory craft a couple of builds for the not so OP gods, and see if we can find a way to get these lesser tiered gods viable. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, good game.